Hello ladies and gentlemen, Holotide here, and today Marathon received a new update 1.0.5.2 with some changes to the combat contracts and zones. The first big change would be with Thief's grapple ability. They fixed an issue allowing slide canceling animations to keep momentum when either pulling out equipment or Thief's grapple device ability. The developer note says, one of our core philosophies for Marathon is that rapid repositioning and aggression must always have a meaningful cost. That cost can be an ability charge, heat buildup, or increased risk, but it must exist and be understandable to an observer. Unbounded movement, while expressive and clip-worthy, is ultimately unhealthy for the pace of play we want to maintain for Marathon. To set expectations early, we will be looking at any future movement exploits through the same lens. I know some people are going to be a little upset with this and the philosophy going forward, but I actually think that it's more healthy for the game. In an extraction shooter where, you know, if you die, you lose all your gear and stuff like that, to be killed by an unintended movement mechanic or anything that's just unintended can feel depressing. It's not like other games where you can just, you know, queue up again and not really have lost anything. So I think that's a good change. For contracts, they fixed an issue where players could end up in a locked room during the introducing new caloric quest. They fixed an issue where disabled contracts could not be re-rolled for free, and fixed an issue making the objective points visible for all runners on the map when one runner is on run/hide, part 1 of 6. Just real quick, if you guys want to stay up to date with Marathon, make sure you subscribe. I could be your third favorite Marathon YouTuber. I know a ton of you are watching, and you haven't hit sub yet, so help me out. As for the zone changes, we have Dire Marsh, Outpost, Pinwheel, and Cryo all receiving some changes. For Dire Marsh, they fixed an issue where the anomalous waypoint activity was appearing below the map even when the event was inactive. Thank God. I've been on Dire so many times where the anomalous activity will spawn, but nobody can do it because it's just under the map. For Outpost, they adjusted the combat area for the Tox Warden. They tuned the layout to reduce the number of hiding spots. I think people were just kind of cheesing this guy. Tox plants now react correctly to player presence, and they fixed an issue where the final exfil would spawn in the same spot every time. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about that one. Kind of knowing where the final exfil was on Outpost and knowing that there was probably gonna be a big fight if there were more than one team like left on the map, I'm gonna kind of miss that. For the Pinwheel, the Destroyed Wing entrance has been reopened. Can't wait to see how people react to that and how it will change the map up. They have improved overall loot rewards. This includes the quality of loose loot and small containers, updated encounters to match reward quality, and changed the security credentials needed to access the locked room in the hub, and added bulletproof glass to the hub room. I've already seen some people say that this has completely ruined the solo player experience with how strong the enemies are now. There's like multiple purple enemies on the Pinwheel, so I haven't tried it myself yet. You know, Pinwheel was a lot of fun solo, and in a game that it kind of feels like there's not a lot of solo options, we'll see what happens. For Cryo, they fixed geometry in Vault 6 that allowed runners to fall to their death. Rest in peace. And then some other fixes in the Armory, the Codex, UI, and UX, and localization for the Armory. They fixed a crash that would occur when opening the Armory, and fixed a bug that was causing low frame rate on Armory tabs with many items. Looking at you, Traxxas. For the Codex, they fixed an issue in the rank challenges section causing Diamond to show before Platinum, which okay. And fixed an issue with the Requiem for a Cyborg challenge so that it progresses for all players in a crew after a successful compiler kill. For the UI and UX, the escape key will now exit the keybinding menu instead of just the settings, and added an option to clear keybinds in the setting menu. Thank goodness. They fixed an issue causing loss of control for a few seconds after using an IME keyboard in text chat during a run, and they have also done some localization changes for the Codex to no longer appear blank when viewing in Chinese. Not a massive update, but a good one nonetheless. I would rather have a bunch of small updates, you know, constantly improving the game instead of waiting months and months and months for a massive one. But what about you all? What changes do you want to see coming to the game updates-wise in the future? Are there any pain points that you're experiencing right now in Marathon? Let me know in the comments down below. I do read all of them. Just be respectful. And that's it for the video. Make sure you leave a like and hype. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace!